leftover questions from last week and whatever topics that we can come up with in this week's episode of Cincai Bro. Hi, I'm Kevin, and once again, this is Adam. This time, we don't have the Zoom background to protect us. We're trying out Discord for this recording session. And
Mhm.
how are you, Adam? How have you been doing the past week?
The past week has been pretty crazy. There's a lot of news going in the US, and then
Mm.
there's like Samantha Katie like coming in this week also. There's a lot of like controversial stuff to talk about, and yeah, and like some movie stuff, I guess. Yeah, like from what I've seen recently. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But how are you, Kevin?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'm like this. Like you mentioned, there's a lot of news. It's like there's a lot of things that happen, and soon our MCO will be over in 2 days. 2 days as of recording of this day. Yeah. Okay. So we as mentioned like earlier, we actually have some questions that I miss. This is on me. To the people who submitted these questions, I'm very very sorry. So
Oh my God, Kevin!
the
Come on, Kevin.
I apologize deeply, really deeply. Okay, the first question. This is really relevant to our podcast. So it says, what kind of topics will you guys be covering?
Hmm. Would
It's
you like to answer that?
it took you a while. Um, I think we're kind of like a variety show. Like we have like we cover like pop culture, like maybe like Malaysian news, things that interest us, things that they kind of they kind of weird us out, like that one episode where we did weird sports. But I understand that the last three to maybe four episodes we've been doing a lot of movie stuff, and I think this is the episode where we're kind of forced to branch out because there was there was no movie news, any big movie
Yeah.
news like this whole week. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, probably maybe see more episodes like the weird sports one, and we were supposed to have a guest today, so next week probably expect a guest to come in so that it kind of spice things up, right? You agree, Adam?
Yes, I agree. I agree. Yeah, and just adding on to this Chai Labro show, like what are the stuff topic we talk about,
Mm-hmm.
like adding on to like whether like it's weird sports or like movies and all, specifically like pop culture news and what's really happening,
Yeah,
big stuff. So like yeah. Mhm.
yeah,
So next question.
yeah. I also want to add, like I was actually thinking of doing like a what's it called, an outside episode if it's possible. I
And
think
also,
like an episode
honestly,
maybe
let's go.
if we record at our uni, our campus. I think that
Oh
would
my
be
God, yeah.
kind of a fun idea, and then we just have like it. I can't. Okay, full disclosure. This idea is basically from this podcast called Podcast But Outside, where they record stuff like outside and stuff like that, and they bring in guests,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole giving is that uh be a guest on a podcast and we'll give you $1, and we can do it be a guest on the podcast but we'll give you one ringgit. It's kind of like a tribute homage, but I probably do it for one episode. Like if we do it in campus, I think that would be.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it would be a fun idea, Adam? I think it'd be not that bad.
It'll be a fun idea, but right now we have to stay cautious to like where
Yes,
and
yes,
how like the social distancing SOP will be handled in the proper manner. But then
mm-hmm.
like yeah, but like yeah, we can always work our way around stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
That's always the fun part. Yeah.
So now moving on to like the next few questions. This is more questions that more directed to me. Okay, so the first one: why did you decide to cosplay a budget pasar malam version of Itman with your hairstyle?
Oh,
Number one,
who asked this? Who asked
it's a
this?
it's a close friend of mine. He asked me this. I mean, like, what can I say? If you want the serious answer, it's because it's like I couldn't get a haircut and it was getting annoying. Just cut it off. If you want the joke answer, yes, I am appearing in 8-5. It's a real thing. I'm announcing right now. I'm dropping it in this podcast.
Yeah, man. Donnie Yen is recasted as Kevin.
Yes,
To
it's
Kevin.
me. With
Yeah.
zero martial arts experience, I'll be there. They have a stunt double for all of my fight scenes. I'll be just there for the
Yeah.
hero shots. Okay, and then the next one. It's it just says discuss disconnected. Adam, if I say it, you're a bit puzzled with this, right? Aren't you?
Wait. Disconnected.
Discuss disconnected with quotation marks. You're a bit confused, aren't you? Okay, let me tell
Disconnected
you
in what?
let me tell you what it is.
Okay.
It this thing, this disconnected is the first short film that I have worked on. It's literally the first
Okay.
one that I've worked on, and I think I'm gonna send you a link. Then you watch it, then we'll come back, and then you will have your initial thoughts and like, okay, what the hell is this? You cool with that?
I'm cool with it.
All right. Okay. So we'll be back in a clap. And okay, we're back. So Adam, tell me what you have just watched.
All right. So I just watched Disconnected, which is Kevin's first short film that he did at his previously he was at Reading, and bro, this should have been 2 minutes long.
No, describe what you have seen.
Okay. All right. So basically, the story goes that as like this guy, he's always on his phone and he walks around campus, and he walks around campus and he's down on his phone. And he's just like walking. He's pretty much walking blindly, and then it's like there's like no one around, and then and then the moment he goes back to class. Okay, wait. I'll just explain the whole plot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the moment he goes to class, he's still on his phone. And then when someone like gets him off the phone, then someone's like, "Dude, wake up, like go make friends." And then in the whole color grading just changes, and then like he goes around without his phone, looking around. Then like, oh, there's so many people around, so you know what? Yeah. So I was like, see what you're going for, dude. But it should have been shorter.
Yeah, I agree. It falls flat for the message. It's like so like what Adam described. It's like the whole like the first like 3 minutes. It's like muted. It's like in black and white to show that the character is in like he's in his own world, and the world's kind of duller because he
Yeah.
can't see anything. There's no other people inside in the whole like during this whole period when he's on his phone.
Yeah.
The problem with that is like it's whole 3 minutes with just like visuals, and there's no audio. It's just nothing.
There's absolutely no audio. So I think that my big issue. So like from what we've learned in school so far, like just like poly a bit, make it more realistic, but add on something.
Yeah,
Definitely should have been cut down. I feel.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
way too long, and I think I remember when I first released it, a lot of people thought that this was actually a horror short, but it totally wasn't at all. So
Don't really see, yeah, yeah. Don't really see how is a horror short, but 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 like I get the message you want to go for. Really, I really do want to get the message you go for. Like I kind of like how you place how you parallel like not being on your phone and being on your phone. It's a very cliche thing.
yeah,
Yeah, it's so cliche. And yeah,
yeah.
so far that's what I think of Disconnected.
Yeah, and oh boy, and I remember a friend of mine is like, he said that my acting wasn't that good. It's like, oh, I mean, like, yeah, it's like, I mean, I would say he's right because I wasn't that sure. I wasn't sure what I was doing when I was acting in that short at that time. That whole thing, we actually didn't have like a written script or anything. It's just like run and gun shoot. It's like we just came up with a story outline, and then you just like come up. You just look at the locations in our university, and just go to places and just shoot. But we had the whole premise down. It's like he's gonna have when he goes away from his phone, and then he starts seeing people and stuff. That's the whole gimmick of it. If you like, yeah.
Yeah. But he was on his earphones, right?
Yeah, he was on his earphones.
Should have copyrighted. Should have taken like copyrighted music.
Yeah, should have put on like music,
Mm.
like a bit of music playing from his earphones,
Yeah,
right?
doesn't matter whether it's copyright or not. Just like good music.
Yeah. It worked, but you know what? You live and learn from that short film, from
Oh
making
my god,
making your short
I
film.
yeah
You
yeah
have your
dude.
own
I don't.
first short film too, right?
Oh god, yeah. I wouldn't even call it a film. I just call it like a video.
Not like a
But you
skit.
know, yeah, like a skit-ish. Yeah, but yeah, we also do not talk about that. So yeah.
Now it's like I put this all out there for people to see. Actually, I have already put it out for people to see. Now it's like now more people will see it, and yeah,
Hell yeah.
make fun of my amateur work. Let's go. Oh yeah, okay. You know one thing I forgot to mention. This episode is actually our 10th episode that we recorded.
Happy 10th.
10th,
Happy 10th,
10
everyone.
episodes. We did 2 episodes last year. 8 episodes right now. We've did this for 8 weeks right now, Adam. That's 2 months. 2 months of this doing this, and we're going to chug along, keep on doing this, as long as we can, right, Adam?
Yeah, as long as we can.
And I think like just now we just thought like we do have like plans of the things that we want to do, but the MCO is kind of limiting us. Like we do plan to like have a special mukbang episode. I think
Oh yeah.
that'd be neat.
Yep.
A special mukbang
Yeah.
episode. You know,
Hell
I also thought, right? How do you think an ASMR episode would work?
Alright. We're doing ASMR episode.
You just like slowly whisper. It's like, hello. Do you like this tappy taps? Like, can you hear this, Adam?
I can I can't hear.
I guess
But
I cannot use this mic. I mean, tappy taps. Yeah, an ASMR episode that would be weird, kind of experimental, if you will. Like, how do you think that would work, Adam? No, you shook your head on that.
you would need, we would need a proper mic, and then we have to like, and then we just like have to like fondle with things.
You need a mic where they have like, they can I don't know what's it called, but it has like, it has like surround sound, so you can play it with left and right.
Yeah, and people be like,
Ooh. Ooh.
yeah,
Have you tried listening to ASMR before?
yeah. I tried it the first time. I was like, this is
It's kind of weird,
ASMR.
right?
Okay, yeah, first time. Then like now it's like like I sort of get it now, but I don't really listen to it.
I think
So yeah,
I've used it to try to sleep before.
and it worked.
It kind of worked. It's like kind of soothing sometimes when they speak and stuff like that. It's like sometimes when I just can't sleep. It's like when I was younger, I remember I tried it once. It's like I just put it on. Then the next thing I know is like it's already in the morning, and then the video has ended already. So it's like I guess it works in some ways. I'm not sure because I only tried it a few times, but doesn't I wouldn't say it works all the time. You know.
Sometimes you just get irritating.
Yeah. I don't. If people find ASMR it works for them, then it's great. It's like I know it. You know that they say that it gives you like the tingles. You know.
Yeah, the tingles.
The tingles.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like a goose. Like you get goosebumps, in the sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, enough about ASMR. Don't want to talk about ASMR anymore.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Any more leftover questions?
No, I think that's all the questions that we have. I mean, like some of the questions is like, my friends have asked, but I decided to answer them straight because it's a bit. I would say it's a bit more on the personal side. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, Kevin, you want to be too personal
Hey.
on
Hey.
Discord?
Hey, this is my world, my life. I can do what I want, Adam.
Sit every Karen in USA.
Hey, I will invite you to Fight Island. You know about Fight Island? You know about Fight
No.
Island?
No.
So like UFC, the UFC chief, he's called Dana White, because they obviously they cannot host like their fighting tournaments in it right now. because they have to fly like sometimes fly fighters from outside from the U.S. and then they'll be like close contact like when they film the shows because they have a whole crew that's running the show. So what he
Yeah.
proposed is to have a fight island. So they're gonna rent an island, fly in all the fighters, and then they're just gonna like fight it out, fight it out on the island. I mean, like they have the UFC on the island. I mean, the whole thing actually sounds pretty neat. But the thing is that will they manage to pull it through? Oh, I got a
Yeah, it
burps.
depends where. It depends on where the island is also.
Yeah. You know when they say like Fight Island, I just think of like the whole festival thing. It was like, oh,
Fire festival.
yeah, the fire festival is like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, wait. Do you watch the documentary, right?
yeah. I did watch the documentary for the fire
Do you watch the
festival.
one on Netflix or do you
Ye-
watch the one on?
I watched the one on Netflix and a couple of videos on
Okay.
YouTube also about it.
Okay, yeah. I also watched the one on Netflix. Yeah.
It's such a fascinating thing, right? To
Yeah,
believe in someone with so much charisma, right?
that's sales, man.
Yeah, he's really the perfect. I mean, like not the perfect salesman, but quote unquote the perfect salesman. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
you
his
just
first.
put it just like
Yeah, go on.
and it's
Sorry.
just like tens. Then it's just like tens at the end. Oh god.
Yeah,
That would be so mad.
the whole thing that unfolds, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Like even like the people on the island that they tried the two fire festival, they're also affected by this. It's kind of sad, really.
Yeah, I feel sad more for the workers
Yeah.
who will live on the island. Then they were promised this big event, and then they were just like, given terrible conditions to work with,
Hmm.
and like yeah, they all suffered because of it. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that like the huge lesson is like to probably I don't know what kind of lesson can we learn here? To maybe learn from maybe not to be so trustworthy or like the risky projects, to learn like maybe there's a line that you cannot cross,
Yeah.
and when to know when too much is too much at several points. And yeah,
Yeah.
egos are huge egos.
Yeah.
That's something
Big
that everyone needs to keep in
ass,
check.
big ass egos. Really.
Hmm. Like like I remember like even like the woman that handled the catering was like a restaurant. Yeah, she was affected too. I think she wasn't operating on like on a profit. She's just operating to open day to day to serve
Yeah.
everyone that was working on the festival.
Yeah. It was really terrible. I like at the end of fire, I was like really mad
Hmm.
at like these people who has just been like just like taking in just like ruining everyone's life and just running away from it.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
That's
really terrible. Especially like all these people who were like under the fire company, they were all like, what, I'm so sorry, like, sympathize for me, feel for me, but I'm just like, no, you didn't plan this properly and you affected people who you guys invited. I think I think we should sympathize more with the workers. I
hmm
think that's like the fault in that of the country, that we should also like sympathize for that, because like I don't really feel sympathize for people who are out there to like ruin people's lives without planning properly.
yeah, yeah. That's the whole situation is so unfortunate, and it still affects them today. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to that end, like okay, we are ending we're kind of ending this episode on like a sadder note, but don't worry about it. Next week, I think next week, I mean we have a bit of like ups and downs. We had our laughs, we have our grievances, and yeah, and like it's been like we've talked like it's been a crazy week for the world. I would say it's been a lot of things going on. So we hope that everyone take care of themselves, take care of
Yeah.
yourselves, your family, your friends. Look out for each other. In these times, times are getting harder. I would say. You agree, or Adam?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and then like and then like for those like for those who know, like, there have been some cases in Malaysia as well. Yeah, so it's like with this whole Samantha Katie thing with like how she views Black Lives Matter, that was really quite messed up.
Mm.
And yeah, there's a whole petition out there. And yeah, please just go sign that petition. She's not worthy of a title. Um, I don't usually say this to all kinds of celebrities, but I think like this is really someone who's not using a platform for with the right ideologies to the community.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
if
Okay.
anything, if anything, you can hit my Instagram, sign petitions, help donate. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
all fine. All right,
All right. So,
that's it for me.
that's it for this week's episode. Next week we probably have a guest that was supposed to come on in this episode. So let's hope that we'll see this person next week. And to that, I was Kevin, and this guy, whichever way, was Adam. And this is the end of the show. And hope you have a good week. Goodbye.
Bye bye.